This is why 80 to 90% of trucking companies fail in the first year. The answer is cash flow. They run out of money. There's a lot of really good drivers out there, but not everybody's really good with numbers. So yes, it's important to stay in compliance and then not crash the truck, but if you don't know how much you're spending, you're going to run out of money fast. You need to do your best to track exactly how many miles you're going, so that way you can see roughly about how many miles you go in a year. Then you get your expenses that you're seeing, like the amount of fuel that you're spending, you divide that by the amount of miles that you're going, and then you can find your cost per mile on fuel. You're going to want to repeat that process with maintenance, insurance, and every other expense that you have. For things like tires on the trailer that may last 40,000 miles, well, you divide that cost by 40,000 miles and you find your cost per mile on the tires. And then you do that across all your maintenance items. Or if you want to be a little bit more relaxed with it, maintenance is usually 10 to 15 cents a mile if you just are setting aside money for it. You can also use things like a factoring company, and then that'll let you give your invoices to the factoring company and they'll pay you same day, ensuring you don't run out of money waiting on invoices. And when you're bigger, you can actually go to a bank and get a line of credit. And that's why you want to document absolutely everything. You want to save all your expenses to Google Drive or whatever file system you have. And you want to utilize a software like QuickBooks or something similar. Some banking accounts even have something similar built in already. And some bank accounts will actually integrate directly with QuickBooks, so all your expenses get moved over for you and you don't have to manually input them. These systems usually will generate reports for you, like a balance sheet to show you how much money you have, and an expense report to see how much money you're spending. At the most basic level, you just need to look at how much you're spending in a month versus how much you actually brought in. But knowing your cost per mile and your rate per mile helps significantly for more accurate projections. The last thing you're going to want is an Excel sheet. I use Google Sheets because I get it with Google Workspace that I use, but you can also use Libra. It's free. I'm going to make a video going over my spreadsheet in detail that I got from the YouTuber Baby Lion Hotshot, who's also a good friend of mine. Mine's a little different than his. I've added some things and left some things out, but everybody's just going to be different. It's about what you're comfortable with, and it'll give you a really good starting point. You can get some other really good learning tips from my profile as well. Or you could go to his YouTube channel, Baby Lion Hotshot. He's been making videos for years, and he's one of the people who actually helped me start getting into this business. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments and I'll either answer you there or I'll make a video on it.